Hello, beautiful people. It's Monique the Star Seed, and if you've made it to this point, you've made it to point part 4. But if you haven't watched the other ones, I suggest you go back and watch the other ones because then this, baby, this is not gonna make sense to you. So if you chose this part 4, this is the last one that I'm going to explain, and this is for people who didn't resonate as an earth angel and didn't resonate as a karmic. These people just chose the life path of rest. So these people really have really good lives. They don't typically have a life where they go through an awakening. They usually never have a dark night of the soul. They never have to chase their twin flame. They never have these weird attachments and people who are depleting their energy. They just don't have that. They chose a life of rest. And usually people who chose a life of rest is because they wanted a different experience, because maybe in previous lifetimes they went through the karmic, the earth angel, and the dark nights of the soul, and the awakening journey, and they might have been a teacher, a guru, a sage, and all of this stuff, and this time they just want to rest. So in this lifetime, these people just seem to just be coasting through life, just experiencing life, and just existing, just capitalizing off of the everything in this 3D realm. Everything this 3D realm has to offer. They are typically unbothered by anything spiritual. They often will not even engage in those kinds of conversations. They don't want to have anything to do with anything that is otherworldly. They just don't. But it's not to say that these people aren't doing great things, because a lot of times these people are your philanthropists. They are your humanitarians. They can be your historians. They can be very intellectual. They could be people who just kind of understand the outer workings of religion at the surface level. They understand technology. They understand politics. They may even engage in race relations. They may even experience different types of knowledge base where they have their niche and they go in and they explain different things, but they're not really engaging in any dark nights. They're not going through any of those sufferings. They're not going through any of those things that are karmical. So these people see only the outer form. They're unaware about any kind of inner essence, just as they any kind of inner essence. They identify with the physical form and the psychological form. That inner essence and that inner thing, that inner spiritual God that's inside of you, the I am that's inside of you. They're not concerned about that. They're not thinking about that. They're not going to be able to understand that there is a God that indwelleth inside of you. They're not going to engage in. The earth is dense, very dense, and these people are the most enmeshed into this dense earth. Their frequency typically matches that of the dense earth, so they have a very dense frequency. It's not really highly elevated, but they don't care. These people are the most conditioned in the ways of the world. Some might even say that they're indoctrinated. So it's certain things that they're just not going to be able to see. So you may want to have a spiritual conversation with them. You may want to talk about the new earth. You want to talk about Eckhart Tolle's book about the new earth. They're not really interested, and they don't understand it, and they think that it's just hogwash, and they just cannot get that deep, and it's just over their head. They are the most affected by the gravitational pull of materialism and materiality that keeps the ego in its place. And they condemn, and since they are so attached to all of the 3D and all the materialism, that condemns them to a prison of their own personality. So transformation for these people is often difficult, because they see change as, you're changing me, and that's not good. I am who I am, and this is just who I am. And this is the way I am. This is the way I think. This is the way I am. This is the way I was raised. This is just me. So these people avoid like really big transformations. They don't go through that. They're just in a life of rest. And the reason why they have a hard time going through a transformation, because transformation causes you to go into your shadow work, into the shadows, into the darkness. And so a person who doesn't even understand the darkness and doesn't see the darkness, they can't fight darkness with darkness because they don't have that light to do it. So they also, just like the karmic, they're going to stay in the veil of delusion. And it's not because they're distracting other people like the karmic, but it's because that they chose a life to just rest, to just garner and have all of the good things that come with this life, and that's it. Now, just like everyone else, you get a message from your spirit guides. Ooh, that was fast. Okay, let's see what card came out. Do you feel like you need to do all the work and fix everything for everyone, or you might have no value? A workaholic. That's the person that chose a life of rest, because they usually are elevated in this life, and they usually are at the top of their game. They're top of their career, and so a lot of people call on them to help, give money, share money, resources, all this kind of stuff. That's these people. Okay. Maybe you think you need to control everything, or else nothing will get done, be healed, be completed, or etc. You may think you need to conform to what others expect of you and choose a course of action to manipulate an outcome, but we don't think that would be a good choice. Remember, I said they don't do transformation too good. They are who they are. Anyway, how about this? Even if it makes you temporarily uncomfortable, do something different. Set that boundary, delegate responsibility to another, ask for your needs to be met, and when faced with an impossible situation or sticky, enmeshed, I used that word earlier, look at spirit, enmeshed relationship, repeat this mantra: I didn't cause it, I can't control it, and it's not my job to cure it. Then carry on. Feels good, doesn't it? The best part is everything just seems to work beautifully and honestly in the end. We love you so, so much. That is from your spirit guides. Thank you for being with me on this 4-part journey, child. I know it was long, but it was hard to explain it in really short segments. Y'all have a good day.